Hi, welcome to
The Sun and Venus.
It's our first episode. We're really excited. Thank you for clicking on us and looking in and following us here.
And tuning in for sure. We're excited to get started. So where we want to start is first say hi.
Hello.
Hello. Hope y'all are doing well. I'm Sophie.
And I'm Gabby. I know you heard that in the first trailer, but still.
Yeah. We just want to get another introduction.
Yes, of course.
So we want to talk about how we met, a little bit about how we met. So go ahead, Gab. You go first.
Okay. So how we met. We loved Jesus together.
You had to start there. Yeah. Let's start with she used to love Jesus. It's okay. I still love Jesus. I still love Jesus. I just have different views on him now.
Yes,
like I understand.
I
have a different understanding of
We'll get back to that. On your side and my side. All right. So how we did meet for sure. We were in a band actually.
Yeah, we were introduced to do some band work together.
For the church that we were in.
Yeah, so we were. I had did some like retreats with this church, and if you're not familiar with retreats, they're like weekend retreats where you invite your peers to come and experience and share their spiritual experiences with through the church, through Jesus, through
a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
it's a lot of stuff.
Like the Christian and Catholic faith, and it's a really cool system. But we met through something similar to that, and music was our.
Was
where we connected. It was where we connected.
That's when I first actually met her, because I remember you were friends with my sister.
Yeah. Shout out. But
anyway.
We were friends, and your mom too. She spoke so highly of you, and she was like, "I want you to meet her. I just want you to meet her." And she knew that we could like do good things together. I feel like she was I still believe like in my heart she knew that we were meant to do a lot of bring out a lot of good in each other. And we did. We sang beautifully together. We still sing really well together. One day.
Yeah, our track will be out. No,
just kidding. The drops now. I'm just kidding.
I just let you know.
But like we just creatively been in each other's lives since then, and
she just did my hair because she does hair.
So
she did my hair for a while. We went platinum once.
Yeah, we did a lot of, and then through that like relationship with like doing hair and stuff, doing your hair and because I love that I can do hair and have my friends over with their kids and hang out and not it be so tense, because I know like I worked in a salon for like 10 years, so it was like every time the moms came with their kids, it was like, damn, I couldn't get away. I'm like, girl, come to my house. I'll take care of you.
I know, that was so awesome. Like just knowing that I had a friend to go to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
absolutely. So and then after
that's how we met, of course, and so we just kind of grew from that. Really, just every talk that we had, we were always been there really for each other.
Yeah, been there for each other. Yeah,
that light in each other. That's just it. Like we're hoping
and just
to
sending good like intentions and thoughts towards each other always, and being supportive in that way. Just good, genuine friendship. Genuine love. And so eventually we got to a point where we were like, man, we have such deep conversations. Let's do something.
The way the podcast, I guess, the way it came up, for sure. I know I told her about it. It was more so God had been talking to me about it. Like I had been in my journey with God, and He's like, you need to sit down with her. Your discussions need to be heard. Like that was it. Like that was my conversation with Him, and you're gonna learn that I have a lot of conversations with Him, and that it's like I'm gonna say, he just told me the other day, like because he's my friend, like he's my best friend. He's my best friend.
And when you're in tune like that, it's undeniable. When you find like patterns in your own life where you're like, nope, I'm not wrong. Nope, I know, I've seen that before, and you just kind of, and it's not like a bullheadedness.
Not yet, not anymore. Not for me anymore.
I hear you on that. Same. When you just like connect with yourself and your spirit and what's grander than when you tap into that ethernet of source, you find these profound truths, and they're just so damn undeniable. And I honor that in her, and I honor that, and she honors that,
Oh yeah, I do. I really do. Like it's just every conversation we have, I'm like, I know like if we can speak to our different audiences, it's more so that's the hard part. Like it's the hard part because people see this and think, oh, a Catholic and a witch, like, oh my gosh, what
could
like
they
how
be talking
like,
about?
How, like how are they even friends? Like aren't they scared of each other, or like some dumb stuff? Like
and
it's
the narrative that's spun collectively,
exactly. And I'm here
is that we should be afraid of one another,
yeah,
or we should not have those conversations. But how else? I don't want.
We want to be understood. You want to be understood.
Yeah.
If you want to say the two separate sides of the spectrum, we want to be heard. We want to be understood, and in that, as a Christian, we are supposed to be understanding
and be open to it. Be open to
to new experiences and new things that the Holy Spirit. One time, you have told me the Holy Spirit will never take you. It will always take you somewhere uncomfortable, and I remember that, and it's true. It's like, man, you're right. You're right, because in what we believe as Christians, it's more like take it to those dark places, right? Let's think of it in that way, in that aspect of that dark. I know it's not how y'all like how you see it. I know that because I talk to her so much about it.
World, right?
Yes,
it's called shadow work. It's facing your demon, facing the things that plague you and facing them head on instead of running away from them or suppressing them or numbing yourselves in ways to deny them, you know, just to show, and eventually you realize that festers.
So it's and so it's just like
not a good method.
The light, like how I was saying, is just I see the light in both of us, right? As a Christian, let's talk Christian, right? Like I like to define the way she sees things, the way we see things. Oh, so there's an understanding in the middle. So we all have light and dark in us, right? Like there's a balance between each other, and or if there's off a balance, it's off balance. That's just how it is. And so the light we believe is God. That's us. I see God in her.
Aww.
I see God in her. I know she probably doesn't believe that, but I'm not like, I know God did that, or that's God. Like, of course, I know it. I see it, and I congratulate her, and I love her for that. And I don't make her, what is it, like,
you don't shame me for
it.
Because I feel like that's a big part, a big disconnect is that there's a lot of shame behind, you believe in something different. And when I was Catholic, because I chose Catholicism as a 15-year-old, I was not like a cradle Catholic, as they say. I was not like that at all. I felt him. I went searching like my whole like teenage years, trying to find we were just talking about this both off camera, but it was like I was always searching for something higher than myself, something I just knew in my heart and in my soul, in the depths of me, that there was something higher than me to connect to. I didn't know what it was. I wasn't sure of what it was, and I was 14 years old, like going to Southside Baptist churches and Bible-based churches, and then I stumbled into a Catholic church. By the grace of my great aunt Sonia, shout out Tia Sonia. Her prayers are strong, man, and she saw something in me and was like, "Hey, I want you to go to this thing." And I went to this, and I was like, "Cool, summer camp? Yeah, get me out of here. Let's go!" And I didn't realize I was going to connect so deeply with the Catholic Church. So when I was like 24, I confirmed myself. I put myself through ICRA, and that's like it's like a
RCIA.
Oh yeah, thank you, Bestie. I was gonna say it again. Dyslexia 1. But yeah, like I went to it's basically like catechism for grown-ups, and I just kept digging and searching, and that was just something that took me there. And when I left, I was contemplating like doing charismatic ministry with like the Oblate. There's like a giant Catholic school in San Antonio, and it's called the Oblate, and it's a beautiful place. Like the energy of that place, you can literally smell roses in this like hen garden. It's so pretty.
To this day, I'll go, and I'm just meditating there, just like.
Yeah, that's a good place to connect. It really is. There's a lot of right energy there.
So beautiful.
And it's so beautiful. But like I was planning on doing all this, but I walked away for my own reasons. We'll get there eventually. We'll save that for another episode. But yeah, like finding all of that, like I just knew there was source to connect to that was higher than me. And now it's like where I'm at in my life is that like you said, I see the light in you. I see something powerful radiating in you, and we have to. That's okay. I keep tears now. But it's like I want to like honor that in you and find find the connection again and put that back into place, because we're not enemies. We're all trying to elevate. We're all trying to ascend into happiness, into a higher paradise
in our terms, heaven.
Yeah, and, you know, and it can be every day. And like witches believe you can make heaven happen every single moment of your day. This water is heaven, girl. My throat is dry. No, but you feel me, right? Like you finding honor in that, and like in your aspect, like you would thank God for this water, right? Like, thank you for giving me nourishment. And yeah,
and that's the hard part, because not a lot of us do that. That's the hard part, because being Christian, all you hear is ego stuff. Ego, and more so like, well, you're not doing it right.
Well, maybe you're not praying the right way. Maybe it's because you're shacking
and of
up.
course, and maybe it's, and for me, of course, the rebel in me is like, how do you know you're doing it right?
Yeah.
Like,
how did you know your journey was so
why are
was
you
so
right?
perfect?
Why are you right? And then now I just know I'm right all the time. So. No. Okay, we broke. But it's okay, because that's just how it is. That's just how we have to work around. We have kids.
We gotta make it happen somehow.
Yeah. Until we get into our studio.
Especially because, like I said, in our trailer though, like, this is our baby, so we're dedicated to figuring it out together.
Yeah. Really, we are. It's just like, whatever we need to do, it's gonna happen.
Right. And so, so when we were last time, we were talking about how we came to be the Sun and Venus, and finding that connection through our beliefs, our systems of belief, and what we were like, man, what are we gonna call ourselves, right? What are we gonna say?
Yeah.
So it's again, this. You gonna say with me? The Sun and Venus.
And that's where it came from. Was at first it was gonna be the sun and the moon.
I thought it was like conversations with the witch and a Catholic.
Yeah, that's where I went. I was like, it's gonna get people's attention.
It's gonna work.
It's gonna like click somewhere. Like, okay, this needs to happen, kind of thing.
It totally does. It totally does in its own right.
And it's just, I remember thinking, okay, maybe that's a little too forward. So then, like, maybe the sun and the moon. And she was like, well, I want to honor my God. And I'm like,
and yours.
Yeah, well, I want to honor my God.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I was like, the sun is in space, the Venus is in space. And so in reality, the sun is spelled S-O-N, and that's why you see it.
Son of Jesus.
Yeah.
No, not Jesus. Of God. Son of God.
Son of Jesus. Wait a second.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute, guys.
Oh man. So and that way it's like the sun and Venus, like,
right.
It just made sense.
And I really wanted to bring in the aspect and the honor of Venus, because Venus is the goddess of love, beauty, money, and fucking war. And I love that because she's beautiful and dangerous.
And it rules.
Right, and they're both our ruling planets, because I'm a Libra and
I'm a Taurus.
So the ruling planets of those zodiac signs are Venus. So I was like, let's do this.
Yeah.
And I just, there's so much love between, like, our relationship has always been so love based.
Yeah,
it's like, I just
that's
fucking
so.
love
it's
you.
really like I was like, so you're so beautiful, and you're such a great mom, and I love you so much. Like that. It's just period.
Yes,
like,
same. And she's been a mom longer than I have. Like, my oldest daughter is older than her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But we've known each other for we did some math.
Oh yeah.
5 years.
5 years.
5 years. And I met my husband later, and I inherited my oldest daughter with him. So it was very like, you've been a mom. How do you do that? How do you do this?
I'm all just breathe and
Yeah.
talk.
And then when I had my little one, she was really, we've been there from the start.
Yeah. Of course. I was so happy for her. She looked so happy. It was just so great, and getting into the astrology thing, I know that's gonna hit a lot in my folks. Everyone's
picking up some win all over Western, like the Western part of the world.
Well, yeah, and as a Christian, we're not supposed to believe in that, right? Like,
right. That's what you're taught.
It's not that, and we'll get into that in other episodes, and how I believe like it's a gate. It's like a map, basically. It's just that it is. So in other episodes, we'll get into that for sure.
That's something that's worth talking about too. Like finding the comparisons there, because astrology is vast.
Mm-hmm.
It's vast.
And as she said before, the Catholic Church does use it.
They use
it. But in the, like, what is it, the Vatican and stuff, and so of course there's people out there that don't like being
I don't think people just like to hear it. They don't want to believe it. They're like, no, what?
And it's just it's just like, well, because we don't know how to use it. Like, there's a lot of things. I was just telling her, like, think of it as they want to be a parent and they just think that this is what's best. Like, they don't hold it because what if they don't know how to use it right? Kind of thing. Again, I can't speak on that behalf because I don't know them. But I know that I've had conversations with God, and that's kind of what they're trying to do, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And so just that. Go ahead.
I think it's just tapping into the ether, and that's why it's like, not everybody's supposed to be doing that. And I'm like, well, I'm not like everybody. I'm not everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm not everybody else.
I remember her just talking to me about all, like, astrology-wise and understanding. And it's just like a roadmap to knowing who you are and what you can overcome.
Yeah. I like to describe that as my biggest journey of self-love. Like, because it's something that, like, when I started studying and I started getting to, I've always described astrology as the biggest roadmap to self-love. Like, it was something that I started looking into and was introduced to it when I was still a Catholic. And even when I was in beauty school, like a friend of mine, shout out Lauren, she was like, "What's your moon sign?" And I was like, "Girl, I don't believe in all that. I'm a Catholic."
Oh.
I know I'm a Libra because someone told me.
My God.
And it was it was just so fucking funny. Like, now looking back, it's hilarious to think about. But and then later I met my beautiful friend Sarah. I met her way later, and we were both still transitioning out of church, and I was still much in it. She was on her way out, and we talked about astrology a lot when we were working together, and it was so crazy how our journey came to be here now, where it's like she really helped me navigate the stars. And she's a beautiful Gemini, and that's her gift, her vast gift of astrology. It helped me find my way, and I just, you got to give that to everybody. You got to try to give that to as many people who are willing to listen, because that's a part of that's also shared in your faith, right? Like, giving, spreading that word of love. And
that's it.
I mean, our goals are the same.
All right. So really, what we want to get out of this is kind of like what to expect from us, I guess. Is just having those deep conversations, whatever it is. I know that I had put online the what should we discuss, because we can discuss anything. We're good. We're ready to do it all. So
we're chismosas.
Well, maybe. So
just kidding.
It's just more so like, I know that I had read the comment already. I already read your comment. I see it. I trust you. It's just for a different episode. This is let's get to know me. Come on, let's get to know how we work.
So we want to cover just really whatever's going on in the heavens, like what you're, like you said, you wanted to do no, like wanting to talk about the luminaries, like what's going on with the moon. I know that's always a big thing. What's to come, and like what's to come, and what that means in astrology, and what that I like to do that stuff. I think it's a really cool way to navigate through the crazy times, like this coming weekend, which is, well, not this coming week. Well, today is the coming weekend, but when you hear this, it will be happening. The eclipse in Taurus. That's the sun. It's a partial eclipse, and this kicks off like the 18th eclipse season. So there's gonna be a bunch of them coming, like back to back, and it happens every year. So this is why it gets crazy sometimes. But and just how to navigate through that. It's in Taurus. So my best advice for this: if you feel like your Sunday and your Monday and your weekend was crazy, just try to ground yourself as much as you can. Tauruses like to relax and live luxurious lives, and if you find yourself being stubborn,
I'm just kidding.
You're like, it happens.
It happens. I'm like, let's be home. Let's be real.
Let's be transparent. And that's exactly it. Like, just find yourself in a place of peace and just let it ride out. And then even stuff like that. So segments like that, and other things to come. Like you said, you wanted to talk about some scriptures that are going on right now.
Scripture this week in the Gospel of Sunday on May 1st is about how they cast their nets into the waters, and Jesus is right there to catch the fish. And of course, that always translates into, I will be a fisher of men.
Yeah.
Always. Ever since I've heard that, ever since I remember learning that, I was like, that's me.
That's profound.
Like, that's me. Like, I'm supposed to be that person for you, God. Like, I'm supposed to be that person for you. I might not have went the right way for it, but learning through it all, like, my side of being so, it's about me, you know, kind of thing. Like, learning through that of, it's not about you.
Right, putting ego aside.
Yeah.
Right.
And just the difference between, for sure, I want to talk about the difference between having knowledge and having wisdom. That's two different things. And
Yes.
for sure, the thing that differentiates both of them is control.
That's
Knowledge
Mm,
is
I like that.
you want control. Wisdom is you know you don't have it.
Love it.
Okay, hold on, ready? So yeah, so again, that's what we want to go ahead and talk about is especially helping people learn that it's not always in your control.
Yeah,
And to
be
let go of
open.
that.
Yeah, and be open because your journey started with an open heart and an open mind, and you need to stay that way for whatever he has or whatever the universe has to throw into your life at the moment.
Yeah,
You know,
it's hard, and I know I put on my post on Instagram that
it's hard, but we're here to make it easy.
yeah, not even, we're here to help. Let me help you understand that.
Let's break it down.
That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you understand.
Definitely.
I'm gonna push it. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're gonna make sure you understand. No, but for sure, it's more having that patience with people, having patience with yourself.
Right.
Because
For the process, yeah.
That's just it. The whole thing is, I hope at the end of this, or not even at the end, how long does everything
However
happen?
long we ride till the wheels fall off.
Yeah. That you know that everyone knows to love themselves before they
Yeah.
to learn. What'd you learn about yourself today while we're talking?
You better love yourself.
You see this right here?
You better love yourself. Come here.
No, but for real though, like that's something that I always said that world peace would always come if everyone loved themselves.
No, that's so
true.
beautiful.
It's so true. Like if you
Tears.
loved yourself, if everyone loved themselves, it would be peaceful in this world. That would be it.
I love it. I love it. So you can tune into us here again through Anchor and on Spotify,
Yeah.
and we're linking new accounts soon.
Yes. Be patient with us.
It's a process.
It'll go to Google, go to Apple, whatever it is.
We're
on right now.
We're putting them all out.
You know we're on there.
You're gonna see us
You're
on all of them.
Everything. Just listen out. Look out for us. Ask us how to listen. Like that's just it.
Right. And for now, you can follow us on Instagram at The Sun and Venus. You can follow us on TikTok at The Sun and Venus, spelled S-O-N,
Yes.
The Sun and
The
Venus.
Sun.
One more time for the one time. The Sun and Venus.
Well, it's great to have this little
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah,
and
nice
just-
to finally meet y'all.
Yeah.
And we'll be honest, we will be seeing you again soon. Very
Yeah.
soon. Our next episode will be on May 8th.
We're
Right?
gonna do next week. So
Next week.
we're actually contemplating whether if it should be 2 weeks or 1 week. We are moms. we are moms.
We also want to give this baby some attention and not just throw random
Of course,
videos together.
Because this is our stuff that we want to do. This
Facts.
is something that we've grown wanting to do
Yeah,
with ourselves.
yeah, we're nurturing this baby.
Okay. So please continue to follow us. Continue to look out for our messages. We'll put on
Yeah.
Twitter. We'll put it on Instagram. We'll post probably our altars and stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
showing like, hey, this is what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Just
Absolutely.
come on. And any questions, anything you want us to discuss, comment.
Yes.
Put it down. Put those down. We want things to be asked. Ask us
Yeah.
stuff. Ask
All
us
the stuff you want to talk about, let us know. Like,
Yes.
when's the best time to get Olympia? Or right? Stuff like that, whatever you want. And then also voicemails. We have voicemails set up through Anchor, and you can leave us a voicemail, and you
put
get
the
a
link.
shout out for every voicemail. We'll put the link. You'll get a shout out on our videos for every voicemail you leave, and because Mandy was our first ever voicemail, you will be getting a candle from us.
I'll be
And-
praying for you.
and whatever intentions we will be both praying over
Yeah.
and setting over the candle. So you'll be seeing that
yes.
soon. So Mandy will be seeing you soon.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah,
And
thanks again for
continue
tuning
to
in.
have us everywhere. Put us on your radio. Let's do it. Why not? Yeah, share, please.
All your conservative friends only.
Yeah. Only the right wingers.
And you know, yeah, we know how to do it. But yeah, so yeah, follow us.
Yes, of course.
We'll
please.
see you again soon. We love you.